Hi, this is Thane. Today I'm taking a break from commanding High Fleet Kickass to do a quick review of the Pegasus Hobbies Gothic Building City Terrain, because in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only Gothic terrain. Two things I'm going to review are the City Gothic Building large set and the City Gothic Building, or the Gothic City Building small set number one. So the first thing we'll talk about is the Gothic City building set, which is the first thing that I got. It comes with 19 wall sections, 6 of which are double wall sections, so you're really getting closer to 25 wall sections to build a building out of. So the first thing I want to do is say that I really do love these sets. This is well casted, very clean terrain, no pits, no voids, no flashing, minimal amounts of sprue to cut off from around it, and everything fits together really well. So let's start off looking at what comes inside of the box. So here you can see the contents of the box after they've been cleaned up and arranged in a tastefully OCD fashion. There are the 6 double panels, the 6 solid panels, and what are supposed to be 6 window panels and a door. Again, I am missing one. Over here we also have a selection of little bits that are little just architectural touch-ups that seal up the little holes should you be trying to make a nice permanent piece of terrain set instead of taking them apart like Legos. And these things do fit together almost as tightly as Legos. They did a really nice job designing the interfaces between pieces. They hook together really well and hold together really well. So each of these terrain pieces comes as 2 parts, a main wall section, which is really nicely detailed on both sides, and the other half column that fits onto the end. They fit together really tightly. They click together, let you know that they are where they're supposed to be, and then you get a nice little column that has 3 more places where you can attach wall sections. And to attach a wall section, all you got to do is slip the tabs together and they are done. And obviously you can do that in all 3 directions. You can keep building them around, making whatever it is that you want, until you ultimately run into one of the very few problems I have. And that problem is that at some point, say this one, you're going to wish that you could slip a wall section in between 2 columns. You're going to want a wall section that only has tabs, and for some reason they don't have them. Now, this isn't a huge deal. If you're just setting up terrain and breaking it down every time, you're probably just building the outside of buildings anyway. And if you're making more permanent terrain, you can always just Dremel this stuff off. But it still would make the set a little bit nicer if there were some free walls and some free columns. The door sections come in multiple parts. You can put them together so that the doors open and close, at least in one direction. And remember, defensible doors open inwards. So then you go ahead and build your little tower here. And you say to yourself, okay, let's put another floor onto it. Let's make it tall. You get a lot of pieces in this set, and you can make a pretty tall building out of it. These are cleverly designed to fit into the slots above and below. It's a little tricky trying to get these slots in when they're already put together, so it's a lot easier just to go ahead and build the second layer and then put that one on top. Okay, so now we got 2 floors. We have our ground floor with an inwardly opening door, and just a little bit of wiggling. This all fits together. And it fits together really solidly. I mean, I can pick this thing up and shake it from just one little corner. That's how strong this stuff is. It's not quite Lego strong, but it's pretty good. And obviously, you can put together another floor onto it with the basic set. There are 8 wall sections left over there. And because it's fun, let's go ahead and do it. And now, having put a third level onto it, again, pretty darn strong, right? Let's go ahead and put these on. And so there you go, a nice 3-story building with an opening door and lots of windows for your troops to shoot out of. Now, again, this is very strong and isn't going to come easily apart. Grabbing from a corner and shaking. Why you would do that, I don't know. Now, this does get to one of the other weird things about this set, is that it only has one door. So that's fine if you're making this nice tall 3-story building, but if you want to make, say, multiple small buildings or something that's more spread out, only one door in and out. And of course you can leave a section off the back, and it's not that big a deal. So just to show you how the little detail pieces work, these little sprues have little gargoyles and torches or lights, lanterns, and then also just some flats that can fit in if you don't want any kind of features on your columns but don't like the holes on it. And just to show you how they work, they have a little flat in the back that perfectly matches up these holes. And so in a quick jiffy, you have gargoyles guarding your door. So then I saw this set and thought, hey, that's going to solve all of my problems, because this has nice arches that can fit in between columns and has some extra door sections, and I don't know if I need little roof sections, but it's cool that they have them. So I bought this set, and you get everything that you see right here, plus a few more sprues of bits. And it's a nice set, but it did not solve the problems that I thought it would, because first of all, these little pieces, also like the wall sections, come in one piece, not separatable, so you cannot make a wall section just with an arch. The second issue is that for some reason the arches only have one hole, which doesn't sound like a big problem until you realize that all of the wall sections have 2 tabs for them. So as made, as provided, you cannot fit this into a wall. You would have to cut the tab off. Maybe not a big deal for you, but still just a little odd to me. So another thing that's nice about the set is that there are 2 more door sections. So now you can make one large building with 3 OSHA-approved doors or 3 single-door death traps. So these pieces are perfectly sized for your standard 28 or 30 millimeter miniature war game, whatever the scale is really now. And you can see they're about 3 inches tall, about 3 inches wide, so everything you're building is essentially square. So let's say I have this large building that I want to put a couple of floors into. I'm going to go ahead and put one into here, into here, and into here. And that way this space will be open so you can get your hands into it to move things around. So what I've got here is some artist matting that I've set it on, and I'm just tracing the outline of the building's bottom. And so we take it off and we have this, which is a very nice shape. I've got the edges defined, so wherever I feel like cutting across that to put the flooring in, it'll be marked. And now that they're cut out, they will fit in over top of these. And so now there's 3 second floor sections in this building, each of them with a little doorway out. So with all that said, this is a really nice terrain set. For about $60 for these 2 things together, you get the ability to make several really good looking sci-fi buildings that you can put troops into, can block terrain for you. Obviously they make great fantasy or Victorian setting buildings. This is a terrain set that they put a lot of thought into to make sure everything fit together well, and it's really can't recommend it enough. I'm adding some links to the video here where you can check out some of the work that people have done and presented online for terrain sets using the Pegasus Hobbies Gothic buildings. Really quite amazing stuff. I hope that mine comes out anywhere close to that by the time I'm done. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful, and again, really nice terrain sets. Keep on gaming, everyone.